back to the skiff. I've got a treat for you now. Linda Scynkowicz. I've known her for some time and done several events with her, and she is connected, I tell you. So I'm going to bring her in, and we're going to talk fight voter fraud and what she's got going on. Linda, thank you for coming on.
Oh, thank you so much for having me on. I really appreciate this.
So you have a new initiative, and I want to hear all about it. So why don't you tell us?
Okay, we just launched Operation Verify Voters 2026. And what we want to be able to do is train everyone on how they can help clean their local voter rolls.
Mm-hmm.
So specifically, people know who moved on their street, people who have passed away. You need to even check yourself to make sure that you're registered properly, or when you move to make sure you've been removed. So what we're offering is to train people. It's simple, it's easy. All they need to do is send an email to info@fightvoterfraud.org, or they can go to fightvoterfraud.org and fill out the form. We'll reach out to them. We're connecting with just individuals. We're connecting with groups. Our goal is actually to have all 50 states. We're at 13 so far, so we're very excited about that.
Wow. You're everywhere now, right? I mean, fight voter fraud is kind of spread nationally. Am I correct?
Yes. Yeah. So our corporate headquarters is actually in Connecticut.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, we have branched out. We are working in all 50 states in one form or another. And this was just another part of really wanting to get people involved, because when you get individuals who don't want to join groups but would like to do something, they're not really sure where to go.
Sure.
We'll make it simple. We'll make it easy. We are there to hold your hand. I have a great staff here in Connecticut that everybody is always willing to help out. So I think it's great.
So last time we had you on, you were talking about some of the cases you had moving through the courts. I mean, give us an update on everything that you have happening. I think it was mainly in Connecticut, Florida also, right? Am I correct?
Oh, yeah. I just want to tell you about Florida.
Yeah. Huh.
We decided to look back at what we had been looking at a few years ago, which were the dead people on the voter rolls.
Yeah.
Florida did make some movement, but moving someone as a deceased voter to inactive is not what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to take them off.
Yeah. Pretty inactive. They're not coming back, right?
Right. And if you leave them on the inactive list, that just leaves it available for the nefarious people out there to actually start voting for them, or go and contact the election officials and indicate that, oh, I'm that person, et cetera.
Yeah.
So we really need to get them off. I am bringing to the appropriate authorities next week 300, just 300 deceased Floridians that still have not been removed from the voter rolls. And the amount of time that they have been deceased is anywhere from 3 years to 34 years.
No, geez.
It's insane. They're not following the law. If you're not voting in 2 consecutive federal elections, you're supposed to be canvassed. Somebody's supposed to be looking at this. And we've got a lot more. But, for Florida updates, we resurrected what we had been working on a few years ago. And we decided to start pushing those forward as well. With Connecticut, actually, we are so excited that the Department of Justice finally sued the state of Connecticut, or the Secretary of State's office, for not turning over the voter rolls. The craziest thing about that is she's actually saying it's for privacy issues.
Huh.
Well, she already gives this to a third party, the ERIC system.
Right.
You can buy the Connecticut voter rolls, which we do like every 4 to 6 months, for $300. The only thing we're missing is the exact date of birth, because they decided to remove that from the public view, or the Social Security, the last 4 digits, or driver's license numbers. Those are the only things we don't get. And she said back in August, on August 20th, to the DOJ, we'll work on getting it together for you. And then they decide not to turn it over.
So that was
Well,
Harmeet Dillon that sued them, right? Her
yes,
office. Yeah.
the civil liberties. They've now sued 23 states for
Hmm.
not turning him over. And the funny thing is, the blue states are complaining that, oh, you're going after us, you're targeting us. It's like, no, all 50 states have been asked for it. But the ones with the biggest pushback happen to be the Democratic states. And the question is, are they hiding something? And my answer to that is absolutely. I mean, they're absolutely hiding stuff. Um, some of the other stuff that we've been doing analysis on different states. We've actually, I think we're at 13 or 14 states to prove that they are violating HAVA, the Help America Vote Act, and the NVRA, the National Voter Registration Act. It's plain and simple. For anybody from Connecticut that wants our analysis, just again, send us an email.
Yeah.
We've been sending it to people to show, here it is. Here's the violations. It's pretty straightforward.
So you're the person to ask. So President Trump came out with multiple executive orders on voting issues, and my understanding is they're just not being followed, especially like the mail-in ballot stuff. Are you have insight on that as to what's actually happening?
There's a lot of different pushes going on with different executive orders, and a lot of people working on executive orders for President Trump that should be instated.
Hmm.
Um, the whole thing is this going to need to actually become law?
Hmm.
And I completely agree with getting rid of the mail-in ballots unless there's extenuating
Right.
circumstances. I
Right.
should put that in. That is where the most amount of fraud happens to be, is in these mail-in ballots. It's crazy. And you have, like I said, on the Democratic side, them saying, well, there's no problem with the voter rolls, and why are you pushing to have, get rid of the mail-in ballots? It's
Hmm.
because that's where the fraud is so easy, is in
Yes.
those mail-in ballots.
So let's talk Connecticut. Is there hope for Connecticut in your view? I mean, what's going to happen? It's the cradle of liberty, New
There,
England.
there is always hope. And our hope, and thank goodness again for the Department of Justice. Thank you, thank you, thank you for making that step forward on Connecticut. We just need to have clean voter rolls, and things will change as far
Hmm.
as the voting.
Yes.
That's what we need to do. And that's one of the reasons why I decided to come up with this Operation Verify Voters 2026, is to get more people on the ground to be looking at their local voter rolls, holding people accountable who aren't doing their jobs. You're
Hmm.
supposed to be taking off the deceased voters. You're supposed to be taking off people who moved or haven't voted again in 2 consecutive federal elections. There's a process. So we really plan on pushing and holding the election officials' feet to the fire concerning these voter rolls and what they're doing. It's been difficult. Like I said, I've been around 7.5 years,
Yeah.
and Connecticut is still one of the absolute worst in the country, hands down. Actually, on December 2nd, I met with our Secretary of State, Stephanie Thomas,
Hmm.
and I believe it was her number, and also with her number two person. Mind you, this was a milestone because this is the first time in all my time I've actually been able to meet
Oh,
with a
fantastic.
Connecticut Secretary of State. I brought with me 15 points, basically laws that we needed to have changed or instituted, that I needed her support to move these forward. Surprisingly, she agreed
Hmm.
with with at least 90% of them.
Wow.
Granted, they weren't the big things, but they were things that she was more than aware of that needed attention.
Hmm.
I did reiterate to her that I'm not the awful, evil person that the left media here in Connecticut keeps depicting me as. I really want our voter rolls to be cleaned, everybody's, and I don't care what party anybody is with, but
Right.
it should be the one vote for one legal voter. So she said she was willing to work with me and she was interested in coming on my TV show.
Oh, great.
Yeah, well, I can't tell you. It has been 6 weeks, and since our meeting, I have heard crickets. You know,
Surprise, surprise, surprise.
I
So,
mean, it's just like, okay, at least we made a step in the right direction.
Your government doesn't care about you. That's why you need a medical emergency kit. It contains life-saving medications like ivermectin, Z-Pak, and antibiotics. Stock them before they block them.
A warm welcome here at the National Press Club. Welcome to the journalists, welcome to the Embraer team, and welcome to the other guests that we have here. I'm going to announce, and as some of you guessed it right when they came in, the first E2 order by an American operator. And that operator is Avello. We believe this is really a strategic shift to unlock profitability for the customer. I'm very pleased that we have Andrew Levy here as the CEO of Avello, and I'm very pleased to give the stage to share a little bit more about what Avello is going to do with the E2 195. Thank you very much.
Couldn't be more excited to be here as part of this historic announcement. We have such a great cultural fit as companies, so we're very, very excited to be Embraer's newest customer. We launched our airline in April of 21, and our target is focusing on small secondary airports of large metro areas. We've carried over 8 million customers since we started on 63,000 flights. And we've done all these things with 1,200 of the greatest crew members I could ever imagine having, and many of them are here with me today. This is the right airplane for us. It's going to open up opportunities for us that no other aircraft can serve. The best thing about the airplane, of course, is you will not find a middle seat on this airplane. It doesn't exist. We won't have any to offer. It's going to be the best cabin in the United States, and we're so excited about that. This is going to elevate our experience to the highest level, and we think our customers are absolutely going to love the airplane.
so you mentioned media. The Connecticut Sentinel paper with Jackie Homan is.
Oh, she's fabulous. Fabulous.
We are the only real free media in Connecticut. And
Absolutely.
so that being said, this interview is going to be on the Connecticut Sentinel. So if somebody's watching this interview in Connecticut, you know, Joe Bag of Donuts in some rural town, why should they get involved when it seems like, you know, nothing happens, and this is the most communist infiltrated state in the union, and why should people get involved?
Because everyone can make a difference collectively. And like I said, just going through your local voter rolls, you know who died. I love doing this. You know who died, who moved, you know whose families have actually moved to other states, etc. And if we can clean the voter rolls, even in the small rural towns, every vote makes a difference. I mean, we're not paying attention to what's going on, obviously, in Connecticut. But since we're doing national stuff, we really need local people to say, hey, you know, Mary Jane Smith, she died like 6 years ago, and I checked, and she's still active on the voter rolls. Even if they don't want to take care of it, they can reach out to us. But we are going to show them in 15 minutes what every single person can do. And we expect that if we get people who don't normally get involved, that they'll get other friends of theirs involved. People don't have to know it's them. Like I said, we can train anybody, anytime. We're doing it right now through WebEx. We've done some phone training. We've been invited to several states already over the next couple of months to come and train anywhere between 50 and 150 people at the same time. We're excited. We will do that. But in Connecticut, we can make a difference. I know almost every single roadblock in cleaning these voter rolls because I've run up against it myself.
Sure.
So I believe that if we can't move forward in a particular direction, we can go around, we can go over, we can go under. I said, I have been working with a number of agencies in DC. I can't specifically say who, but we have been making a difference. And like I said, once we start getting people involved, we can actually go right to the source with registrars, and we can start filing the complaints if they do not remove the people that we can prove have died. Now, mind you, this is in Connecticut, the registrar's duties in Connecticut is to keep your voter rolls clean, make sure they're going through their training, which we did have an impact. A year ago in 2024, we started our expose on Connecticut Registrar of Voters. And we actually found that there was over 40 towns in Connecticut that could not legally run the elections for 2024.
Yeah.
At this time, I believe all but a couple have not been certified. So we did have an impact. The Secretary of State's office did pay attention to us, which again, we're grateful for, but it takes a while to make people do their jobs.
So if somebody files a complaint, Sally died down the street, how do you follow up and make sure the state actually does something, or the local jurisdiction?
It'll first go to your local registrar of voters. So that's who you need to file the complaint with or the evidence. So what I've been telling people first, before, quote, the official challenge, contact your registrar of voters office, tell them who the person is, say, listen, they died, and you can see their obituary online, and etc. Then I tell them, wait 30 days. If they have not been removed in 30 days, then that's when we're going to start putting the pressure on. We'll also be showing people how you can gather the evidence to prove it actually is that person. We have advanced classes for that as well. So we know the different steps. In Connecticut, you can challenge someone on the voter rolls that you believe not to be actually living on your street anymore, someone who has moved, someone who has died. And again, check your registration. Connecticut is famous for changing your party affiliation. They keep saying that they fixed the loopholes, but they haven't.
That's intentional. So last question. I know you're connected to a lot of people. Is the Trump administration aware of the problems that exist? Are they focused on what exists and needs to be fixed?
They are aware of many of the issues that are out there. I mean, yes, they are aware. They may not be aware of 100%, but I'd say maybe 95% of the issues. But you also have to remember in the DOJ, we had an administration that was in there before that definitely did not want election stuff to be cleared up.
Right.
You can't get rid of everybody at once, so there's still a number of people who are attempting to block a lot of things. But also everything takes time. And I believe this year we're going to be seeing a tremendous amount of finally bringing people to court and et cetera with this. It's coming.
Cool.
It just takes time.
So Linda, how do people follow you? How do they help? What do you need?
Well, aside from funding, I mean, we could definitely use some funding since we're a nonprofit. They can go to fightvoterfraud.org. You can donate, you can sign up, you can even sponsor people for the training. That's another program we have. If you don't want to go through the training yourself, but want to sponsor people, we basically say it's about $10 to do the training. So for $100, you can actually sponsor 10 people to go through the training.
Cool.
We are not charging people for the training outright. If they don't want to donate to us, that's fine. We will still train you. But you can send an email to info@fightvoterfraud.org. And there's 3 of us that monitor it. We respond to every single email. So that's the way that you can help with us.
Linda, thank you so much. We'll have you back down the road, I'm sure. Take care.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.